Good evening, friends. Study with the Pala Engineering and General Geology Parvin Singh book from Chapter 7 Engineering Considerations. Joints affect the properties of rock both in a negative as well as a positive manners with respect to the activities of professionals, uh, professionals, civil and mining engineer. Negatives speaking, joints influence many engineering operations. The selection of sites for dams, reservoirs, and alignments for highway and tunnels through rocks will require very thorough, throughout investigations of joints for arriving at a safe and economic design. Joints are always to be considered as a source of weakness of the rock and as a pathway for the leakage of water through the rocks. Both these properties of joints destroys the inherent soundness of the rock to a great extent. If a rock forming the foundations of a dams or reservoirs happens to be a heavily jointed and the reason is one of low water table, the risk of leakage of water from under the dam and or from the reservoir may be of a substantial magnitudes, demanding very heavy cost for treatment of the rocks. Similarly, if the roof or sides rocks in the case of the tunnels are much fractured, slippage of rocks along these fractures and the leakage of waters may cause many troubles, often insurmountably by ordinary methods of treatment. Linking of tunnels may remain only solution in such cases, and this will involve huge extra cost. Joints are major causes of instabilities of rocks masses in the hilly regions. Joints Jointed rocks get easily lubricated in the presence of moisture and start sliding or falling from the original places of occurrence. Many landslides and slopes failures are directly related to the jointed natures of the rocks. Treatment of joints treating the negative qualities of rocks due to joints will differ in different projects. The first requirement is in all cases is however detailed investigations to establish full characteristic of the joints in terms of their type, frequency, intensity, patterns of distributions and the extent to which they have influenced the rocks. This may form the single most important work of a site investigation. In some cases, a great care has to be exercised in locating the presence, distributions, patterns, and magnitudes of micro joints that are typical of many rocks. Such joints, if left unnoticed and untreated, may widen after the constructions of the project and endangers its stability. Treatment of joints may involve grout, groutings with a suitable grout materials for increasing the strength of the rocks or for reducing their permeability or for achieving both these objectives. This technique is discussed elsewhere in the book. As regard the positive effect of joints in rock, these are greatly sought after in the explorations for groundwaters and oil reserves in a given areas. Only a well jointed and porous rocks can form valuable minerals. Can forms a good aquifer or a good oils and gas reservoir. Similarly, mineralizations with economically valuable minerals from hydrothermal solutions take place in jointed rocks and fissures, which are formed due to widening of joints. Hence, joints are desirable characters from the point of a mining engineers, water resources engineers, and oil prospecting engineer in quarrying of stones for whatsoever purpose Widely spaced joint in the rocks make a desirable quality for the workforce. Thank you.